jumpstart button. So if this battery ever dies, you literally just hit this button.
So now it's time to test out the weight of this battery here. So 8.6 pounds.
Nice Apexi Catback. We're about to open this bad boy up and see how she looks.
And here's another look from underneath the vehicle. Side profile here. What's going on, everybody? Mike here at Apexi Garage. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on Type S Terry 2024 Integra Type S in this beautiful liquid carbon. Now, today's video, we have a few more upgrades. Let's take a look and see what we got.
All right, guys, so we are back here working on my Type S. I have a few parts that came in. We're gonna go ahead and install them. There are some more parts coming, but let's go ahead and show you what we got right now. Right here is the PRL PTP turbo blanket. This is actually for the elbow. As you see on the previous video, we installed the turbo blanket. This is the same color scheme, the same one, and this actually goes on the elbow. So we can now get rid of my factory heat shield as I put the factory one back over the blanket because this would be exposed. So I got this finally. We're gonna go ahead and put that on. We can get rid of that factory heat shield and keep this thing cooled down some. And then moving on to the other part we're going to be installing here. This is actually something I've been wanting to do for a little while now. This is a PowerTex LiFePO lithium polymer battery. With these batteries, they are very, very light, meaning this is going to be about 30 pounds or so, maybe 40 pounds or so less than a factory lead acid battery. This has a lot of cool features to it actually. One of the main things this has is obviously it's lightweight. And one finger I can lift it up. Another thing that this has is it is a lot more cranking amps than the factory battery, so it's probably gonna work a lot stronger. This will last 2 to 5 times longer than a lead acid battery, so this will be in there for a while without having to do anything to it. Also, this actually has a really cool feature. It has a button right here, and this is a internal jumpstart button. So if this battery ever dies, you literally just hit this button and you can start it right up like a jumper. Don't have to connect any jumpers to it or anything like that. Another cool feature they have with this, it is Bluetooth compatible. This company actually will be having an app so you can actually monitor this battery and what it's doing in real time on the app. They said that it will be ready in a couple months or so, so I'm sure when you see this video you can check it out and see if they have that app ready if you are interested in getting one of these batteries as well. Why don't we go actually see how light this is.
Okay, so now we got a scale right in front of us here. We have a replacement battery for the Integra Type S. Let's go and put it on the scale and see how much it weighs. 38.8 pounds. That's pretty heavy. 38.8 pounds. All right, so now it's time to test out the weight of this battery here. So 8.6 pounds. So the saving between the two battery is 30.2 pounds. Now, this is a fun fact. Civic Type R FL5 is about 31 pounds lighter than the Integra Type S. By you replacing this battery, now you're almost neck to neck.
All right, now that we weighed the batteries, let's go ahead and swap this thing out. First, I'm gonna have to go ahead and take off my strut bar here and get the battery out. Oh, man. All right, so I got the battery back in. I'm gonna go ahead. The one thing actually I like about this that it is a full-size battery, so it's a direct replacement. I can still use my factory cover, and one thing is that it fits right into the factory location. I don't need a battery box to hold the little battery, because you know usually LiPo batteries are small, and you need a battery box and everything, gotta bolt it down. But this goes right back in, no problem. And then even with this cover on, you can always move it just enough to the side if you ever have to use that jump start button, and you'll be able to get right to it right here. There it is. Or you can just kind of remember it's right next to the negative and push it if you have to push it. All right, and just like that, the battery's in. So before we do the startup, let's go ahead and put this heat shield on so it doesn't get hot and we don't have to burn our hands off.
With the elbow blanket, looks so much better. Take a look at that right there, huh? Hey, TJ, it's going through a startup.
Okay. Now that we got the other mods on, we have the last piece that we've been waiting for, just came in, and it came straight from California, Apexi. I'd like you know what that is. It's a nice Apexi Catback. We're about to open this bad boy up and see how she looks.
Look at that, TJ.
Oh boy. Oh, look at that. All right, so here we have the Apexi Exhaust, and everything is looking really nice. So I think what we'll do is get the stock exhaust off and let's put this bad boy on. I guess before we get started, I'm just looking at the exhaust here, and I notice it's a one-piece design, which is actually pretty cool. And no, we don't have any mid pipes or anything to unbolt. Also, if you look in the front, there is no resonator in the front here, as the FL5 has a resonator right here. So there's some key differences between the two, but this is probably what makes the sound from the exhaust so deep from the factory. But we're gonna go ahead and unbolt this down, take it out as one piece, and get the valve off of there. Unplug the valve, get that off, and swap that over, and then we can start bolting up the new exhaust. You think this is strong enough to take that out?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. I don't know why I even doubt it.
Stronger than your car, TJ.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So here's the stock ITS exhaust system. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the factory exhaust valve right over here. Looks like it's only holding down by 3 8mm nuts. A little persuasion there. There you go. Slip valve there.
All right, so we got our stock exhaust valve off the old exhaust. Now what we got to do here is plug it in, and you don't have to turn the car on. You just plug it in and wait about 5 or 10 seconds, and it should reset itself. There you go. Now it's reset. We can go ahead and unplug it, and now we can go and install this on the Apexi system. This is the valve system on the Apexi exhaust. Comes with this bracket here, and what we're going to do is we're going to bolt this down with the supplied hardware, and then they also give us 3 Allens to bolt down our factory valve to the exhaust.
So we got a front section in, and now we're going to work on the rear section. God.
Yeah?
No, no. Gotta get it up. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in.
All right.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for the front side?
Yeah.
That's it. That looks good. Okay.
I want to get yours first.
Yes, get your shoe ready.
You want the bolts facing this way?
I would imagine, yeah, because we're looking at the back side. Yeah. Now everything's tightened up. Let's go ahead and plug in the exhaust valve here, the connector. There you go. Might want to zip tie that up right there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
You get a zip tie.
And we're gonna go ahead and put our splash shield back together. Come on, TJ, pull that off. Oh, nice. Nice. And here's another look from underneath the vehicle. Take a look at this full exhaust Apexi system here. A side profile here. And then look from the top down. Okay, let's do some sound tests. Let's take a look while the vehicle with stock exhaust. And here is with the Apexi exhaust. TJ, go ahead and start it up. Ooh. And this is comfort mode, TJ? This is comfort. Okay, sport. Definitely a lot deeper. Nice. All right, Sport Plus. So now the car is nice and warmed up. Let's do another quick start. We're gonna start off with the quiet mode. Sport. Sport Plus. All right, guys, so we're going on our first test drive, and I think TJ over here is gonna piss off the neighbor here. The car is set up as Sport Plus. It's nice and warmed up. So a little backstory with this exhaust system here. About a couple of years ago, I've installed the exact exhaust system on an FK8, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's probably one of the best exhaust system on an FK8, because most of the exhaust system that we have done before in FK8 is just either too loud or too drony, and on the FK it didn't have any drone at all. So I'm expecting the same thing on the Integra Type S, but we're gonna put it to test. But before we do that, we're gonna get some sound from inside the cabin and see if it's tolerable. All right, so we are coming to a stop, and we're gonna go ahead and switch this to quiet or comfort. When we do that,
You want to do comfort mode?
yeah, let's do comfort.
So I'm just going to shift the same way at like 3,000 RPM.
Yep, we're gonna shift the same exact way. And now let's go ahead and roll the windows up, TJ. So we're cruising about 56 miles an hour and about 2,600 RPM. It's fine to me.
You can't even hear anything, really.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch to sport. Oh yeah. And with sport, the valves open halfway. Go ahead and make that right here. Same way. Sport Plus. There we go. I am not doing Sport Plus with your setup, TJ.
It's not as loud as the stock wood was.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot deeper when it pops.
Yeah, it's
Now-
not as high pitched.
We'll go ahead and jump on the highway, and we'll do some testing on cruising highway speed. But before that, let's go ahead and give some full throttle acceleration. Alright, so now we are on the highway. Let's cruise around. Right now we are 80 miles an hour. And this is Sport Plus
6 gear,
on 6.
3,000 RPM.
You hear any drone?
I don't know. It sounds like the stock exhaust. Just a little bit deeper, actually.
Yeah. And this is on Sport Plus. As
Yeah.
loud as it can get.
Yep. Here, let's go to comfort.
This is, I call it quiet mode.
Yeah.
And or comfort.
Yeah, this is not my cup of tea. Here's sport mode.
Sport, yeah. Let's cruise around 80. Yeah,
That's sport mode.
yeah.
Sport plus. I think above a certain RPM, the valve fully opens in sport mode anyway.
Yeah.
I want to say it's above or around 3,000 when it opens up.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I do not hear any type of drone at all. And we've been driving for the past maybe a mile and a half or so. So far, so good. Now, we're going to do
really
some
good.
more exhaust tone tomorrow in the daytime, because some of you guys have commented, why do we test drive at nighttime? Because that's the time that we work on the car. But tomorrow we get some sound tests and sound clips during the middle of the day, and maybe you can do some full throttle acceleration. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about that, so we'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. All right, guys, we are back in the shop. She's been driving this car for the last couple of days. What do you think about exhaust so far?
I love it. I think it's probably one of the best exhausts out there that you can get. The quality of it, the fit, the finish, the sound, the tone. You know, it's not anything crazy. It's not super loud. You can still retain your stock valve setup, so you can adjust your modes. I mean, there's no other exhaust like that. And that's not, and it's not even that loud, considering the fact that I have an RV6 catted downpipe with the RV6 mid-pipe. So it's really a full 3-inch back exhaust, and it's still not that loud. I mean, I've heard other exhausts that are super loud, you know, especially with the downpipe and everything. So for being that it's a full exhaust, I mean, you can't really get it much better than that.
And one of the things, TJ, with me, with a 2-liter turbo or any turbo car period, the sound. Yeah. This exhaust actually delivers a very nice tone, not too loud, and more importantly, it's no drone.
Yeah. Also, another thing was the tip design. You know, a lot of people were going back and forth about being a 2-tip, you know, oh, I wish it was a 3-tip, you know. I think that the fact that it's a 2-tip in person looks so much different than on photos, and I actually really like the 2-tip design. I like how they did it. I like the aggressiveness of the rear end now with it. I mean, it actually looks really good, and you know, I was kind of on the fence about the tip design myself, but I really like it. I think it's awesome, and the sound is amazing, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with it.
You know, like I mentioned before, I've done this same exhaust system on an FK8. It did not disappoint on the DE5 right over here.
There's no question this is probably the best exhaust right now you can get for the car.
Well, guys, be sure to tune in next video, because TJ's gonna turn up the heat under the hood. What it is, you're gonna have to find out on the next video. Be sure to tune in, subscribe, like, drop a comment, all that good stuff. Always appreciate the love and support. TJ and I from Apexi Garage, thank you so much for watching. See you guys again next week.